You're watching Byline Wilmington on CBS 10 WILM. Here's your host, Don Ansell.
Our guests for this edition of Byline, the chair of the Cape Fear Public Utility Authority, Gene Renzaglia, and your board treasurer, Beryl Smith. Again, thanks for both for being here. All right, so there's been this this backlash when the authority discontinued an elderly and disabled customer discount that the city used to fund. Who wants to talk about it?
Well, I'll take that. Don, what the city did, they had approximately 1,500 to 1,800 customers in that category that they've had some form of a rebate for them. We are not allowed to do that. We, by statute, have to charge everybody the same fee. So it was the city who decided not to extend that discount to those particular customers. It wasn't the authority who made that decision. We, again, by statute, we have to set the rate, and every residential customer is to be charged the same rate.
One letter writer to the Star News said that the authority was using the law, which was intended to protect the elderly and disabled from discrimination, that they were using that to do away with the...
I'm not a lawyer, so I really can't speak to that piece. We are advised by legal counsel that our rates have to be the same for all of our residential customers, and that's what we've done.
If I may add, in trying to work with people, and this goes back to the billing cycles that we had problems with earlier, and other problems catching people up. We've created a payment plan for people to try to help them spread out and finance their backlog of payments, and we had 3,800 people that joined that payment plan, and to date 25% of those have paid it off. And so we're trying to work with people everywhere we can, but we're not a municipality, we're an authority, and there is a different set of rules for us than a city.
I would like to, if I could, go back to the rates. In 2007, when the authority was formed, it was projected at that time that rates would increase, and those rate increases would be 9%.
When you say it was projected, did people hear that news? I mean, if you keep that sort of close to the breast, it comes as a pretty big blow to people. It
was made public. Did individuals hear it or see it? My guess is no. The public officials all knew about it because they were involved in the process that we were going through.
But your public relations issues aren't with officials, it's with the public, and they're the people that are making these judgments.
But we need their support to get that message out, as well as we have to take the initiative to make sure people understand what we're up against. But those rates were published, that they would be increasing at that time was estimated to be 9% for the first year, 9% in the second, 7% in the third, and 7% in the fourth year. We did move forward with those rate increases. In the second year, we withheld one of the increases. We said we're going to delay that at this point in time, but we did recognize that we would have to come back and increase again. But we were trying to recognize the difficulties that people were going to get up against and trying to manage the cost associated with water and sewer.
So you had a rate increase, a base rate increase in December, is that right? And then in May, a 14% usage increase.
Well, it's an across the board in May. That's 14%. That'll be both on the variable side.
And you say all of this was planned and made public, that there would be a December increase, that there would be a May increase?
It was initially stated that in the fiscal years those increases would take place. To what extent that we notified the general public in terms of we're delaying an increase, we notified the general public when the increase was going to happen. We didn't say in July of last year that, oh, we're not going to raise your rates at this point.
Because I thought you said that you had laid out a table that was made public of when your increases would take place.
In 2007 and 2008, when we took over, that was laid out.
And we said last summer, when we delayed it, that there would be increases coming, and I'll go on here right now. There are going to be increases next year. We're doing everything we can to keep those as small as possible, but like I tell everybody, there's not a thing in this system getting a day younger, and that's one of the problems we have is things wear out.
And we'll talk about the Ogden Interceptor down the line.
And those rate increases that Borough's talking about is because of the debt payment that is increasing for us, that's moving up to $25 million approximately in, what, next year?
Which was all part of what you knew.
Yeah.
Yes, it's what we knew.
But your revenue stream has decreased, is that?
Yes, there's been a decrease in the revenue stream, both from the usage side and from the system development side.
Yeah, and I was doing a little research and read that usage is down.
Usage is down, which we anticipated usage to be down. From a residential point of view, we built our budget into this year as with a decrease of 10% usage with our tiered rate system. We anticipated that. What we didn't anticipate was what Burroughs was referring to. When you lose commercial businesses, when you lose restaurants, that's the big impact on us going forward, where the usage side has dropped down significantly.
What is your perception about how the majority of your customers and how they feel about how the authority is operating?
I guess it depends on where you walk in life. The people I deal with on a daily basis, I have had no issues with them or from them. They are glad to see that we are moving forward and taking on the infrastructure. So you don't see
that the public has
I'm not hearing it personally, but when we go back to
what
our
is your
customer
perception?
My perception
of the public's, how the public thinks the authority is operating.
I think the general public is upset because they're seeing rate increases. But on the flip side of that, what they're not seeing is massive sewer spills. And I think that's one of the main pieces that this authority has been able to do. We have several overriding objectives that we put in place. And one of the main objectives was going forward is that we're going to take every action that we possibly can to minimize sewer spills. And we're going to be aggressive in moving forward. We are not going to lag, as has happened in this county for many, many years, and allow pipes to deteriorate, allow systems to fail on us. We're going to be proactive in the approach on this. That's why the cost is up initially. We hope, and I anticipate in the long run, that the cost will drop as we move forward and take this proactive stance. But I think that's the important thing. People see a bill, and the bills, I'm sure, have been confusing. I'm going to give you an example. The folks that I talk to initially would say to me, "Why is my water bill so high?" And I would remind them that the new billing that they're seeing is both water, sewer, stormwater, and if you live in the city, trash combined. Many of the people that I talked to said, "Oh, I was thinking only water," because they talk about a water bill, but with these combined services in there, and all of it coming at one time, and anyway, I assume all of us...
There must have been a problem in how the board was, how the authority was getting their message out, if people didn't know this. Okay, we're going to have to take a break. We'll come back. Last year, the board gave the CEO a hefty $18,000 incentive bonus. We'll talk about that when we come back. Stay with us.